Where's Ryan? Hey, welcome to Gaze of the Week. I'm Randy. I'm filling in for Ryan this week. You may remember me from this little clip.
Dad, I'm gay.
So, Ryan is busy right now out in California making his big director, producer mark on the civil rights movement, everything for the gay community. He's really making an impact right now. He's too busy, so he's going to let me host Gaze of the Week today. So what I did was I took to my busted up iPhone and I went on Twitter and I said, what kind of life advice would you like? I've never done this before, so let's see, what did I get? I really haven't gone through this. I got a lot of questions about relationships. I'm by no means the relationship expert, but let's see, what was the last one I got? How should you handle being trapped in a relationship? Why would you consider yourself trapped? I mean, if you don't have kids, if you don't have a house together, I really can't see you being trapped in a relationship. So I think that's crazy. There's nothing wrong with being single at all whatsoever. If it's not mutually beneficial, if it's not something that can make two people happy, you shouldn't be in a relationship with somebody just because you're lonely or you feel like it's the right thing to do, or you feel like for your age that you should be dating someone. If there's nobody right now that's making you happy all of the time, and you can make them happy, then there's no need. Move on. Life's too short to feel trapped in a relationship. So no, that's crazy. You should never be trapped in a relationship. How can you deal with the stress imposed upon by our jobs, relationships, global state at hand? The stress from your job, of course, you're going to have a little bit of stress at your job. But what's the point? Why do you roll out of bed every day and go to work? Is it because your job makes you happy? Is it because it provides you with a means of being happy? You can go out and after work and enjoy yourself and be able to buy yourself things that you need and that you want. Is it because you feel accomplished at work? If those aren't the answers to any of your questions, then why do you have a job? Why do you have a job that you hate? Why would you have a job that it's all meant? Of course, it's called work. It's not always going to be fun. But if you can't take something from it, then I think you need a better job. You need to go out job hunt a little bit more. Is it bad to be jealous? I've never thought about that before. I'd say yes and no. You shouldn't want something that somebody else has. I think jealousy makes people very, very angry. There's always that person that has a great relationship and came from a great family and is going to a great school and they're smart and they play basketball and they're the quarterback and and everybody's always jealous and hates that person. So I think that's definitely bad. But I think it can also be good. You can be jealous of what somebody's accomplished and say, man, they sure have done a lot with their life. They've completed a degree, or they've whatever you're jealous that they did. And I think it can be a great motivator to say, man, look at what they've done. I know when Ryan did the AIDS life cycle last year, I was completely jealous. I was like, man, that's so crazy that somebody could actually do that. So what I did was I said, hey, Ryan, I want to ride on your team this year. I was really jealous of what you did last year. He said, cool. So I think jealousy can also be a good thing if you do it the right way. Is it alright to eat cake? Yeah. How do you deal with the lifelong process of coming out? Make it fun. I always like to make it more awkward for other people. You know, when somebody's like, "Hey, is this your brother or is this your friend?" and you're like, "No, it's my boyfriend," and they're gonna reply, "Oh, I didn't know you were gay," and you can always reply, "I didn't know you were straight," and then they're like, "Whoa, you didn't know I was straight?" So I always like to make it a lot more awkward for the other person. So yeah, coming out it's a lifelong. Every day you'll come out every day, whether no matter how many people know. Yep, you're coming out every day. Make it fun. Don't make it weird. You know, not for you at least. Here's a question: how do you find guys? I remember hearing this. Gosh, I don't remember where I heard it from. I'm sure it was somewhere on YouTube, but they said it's like applying for a job. You can either get a referral or apply online. So I always thought that was great. All right, well that's all the time I have today. So my question to you guys is, since most of these questions were about happiness, what's the goal in life? You know, what's when you're hopefully an old man and you get to look back and be proud of your life? What do you want to say you've done? What's to make you happy in the long run? Crazy question, kind of a lot of psychology in there. Anyway, hey, thanks kids of the week. You're great. This is a great channel. I've been following you all guys for a while. Thank you, Ryan, for letting me host. I hope I didn't disappoint too bad. I know I'm horrible throwing all this stuff together. I can't wait to meet you out in California, June 2nd. We're gonna ride 545 miles, and I haven't rode a bicycle in a couple of years, so that's gonna be fun. I'm sure we're gonna get to know one another. Anyway, if you want to click here and subscribe, it's my personal channel. I make videos on all sorts of weird stuff, and I've even got a news channel coming up in a few weeks, so it's going to premiere just kind of my 1 minute a day news. So, all right, guys. Hey, thanks a lot.